Over the past decade, Disney have announced various additions to Walt Disney World, some that have come to fruition and some that have not. Let's explore the most recent additions to Walt Disney World, from announcement to opening. Let's start in 2014. The two major construction projects at the moment are Pandora: The World of Avatar in Animal Kingdom and the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in Magic Kingdom. Both additions were announced in 2011, with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train opening in 2014 and completing the new Fantasyland expansion. Also in 2014, Frozen Ever After was announced to replace the Maelstrom attraction in Epcot's Norway Pavilion, whilst Rivers of Light was announced as a new nighttime spectacular in Animal Kingdom. Whilst nothing major opened in 2015, at the D23 Expo, three major additions were announced. The first was confirmation of Soarin' Around the World, replacing Soarin' Over California in Epcot's The Land Pavilion. The other two additions announced regarded the expansion of Hollywood Studios, replacing the Streets of America section of the park. Both Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, then known as Star Wars Land, were announced. In 2016, Epcot received two new additions. Soarin' Around the World debuted, only a year after being announced. Meanwhile, Frozen Ever After, the reskinned Maelstrom attraction, opened 2 years after it was announced. 2017 was a big year for Walt Disney World for both additions and announcements. 6 years after it was announced, Pandora: The World of Avatar finally opened, adding two new attractions to Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey. Additionally, Rivers of Light also debuted to make Animal Kingdom a nighttime park. At the 2017 D23 Expo, several announcements were made regarding the future of Walt Disney World. These announcements included a Star Wars themed hotel, now known as Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, the DVC Riviera Resort, the Disney Skyliner that would connect Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation, Pop Century and Riviera Resorts, a Main Street Theatre at Magic Kingdom, the addition of Tron Lightcycle to Tomorrowland, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway replacing the Great Movie Ride at Hollywood Studios, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind replacing the Universe of Energy at Epcot, an expansion to Epcot's France Pavilion alongside Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Space 220 being added to the Mission Space Pavilion. In 2018, one of the projects announced the year before was cancelled, the Main Street Theatre, for unknown reasons. Meanwhile, Toy Story Land opened in 2018 in Hollywood Studios, 3 years after it was announced. The land features Slinky Dog Dash, alien swirling saucers, whilst Toy Story Mania was added to the land. Finally, at the 2018 Destination D event, a new nighttime spectacular for Epcot was announced. In 2019, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge officially opened, 4 years after it was announced, with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction and later Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. The Disney Skyliner also opened in 2019, alongside the Riviera Resort, which were both announced 2 years prior. At the 2019 D23 Expo, more announcements were made, particularly regarding Epcot's transformation plan. These announcements included the Play Pavilion replacing Wonders of Life, Harmonious becoming the new nighttime spectacular previously teased, a Mary Poppins attraction being added to the United Kingdom Pavilion, a major update to Spaceship Earth, a Festival Pavilion in the centre of the World Celebration neighbourhood, Dreamers Point being added to World Celebration, and Journey of Water inspired by Moana between Spaceship Earth and the Land and Sea Pavilions. In addition to the Epcot transformation announcements, the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue restaurant was announced for Toy Story Land and Hollywood Studios, and a new DVC resort called Reflections, a Disney Lakeside Lodge, was announced to replace the old River Country water park. In 2020, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened, 3 years after it was announced, just before the Disney parks closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result of its closure and constructions being paused, several announced projects were indefinitely delayed, including Reflections at Disney Lakeside Lodge, the Mary Poppins attraction, the Spaceship Earth update, and the Festival Pavilion, with the area of the Festival Pavilion now being referred to as a festival area. Despite this, Disney still announced a Princess and the Frog retheme of Splash Mountain would be coming to both Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, although construction is yet to start as of the day of this recording in 2022. Whilst a lot of attractions announced since 2017 were supposed to have opened by Walt Disney World's anniversary in 2021, only Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the Disney Skyliner, and the Riviera Resort had opened before 2021. In 2021, the Creation Shop and Club Cool building opened as part of Epcot's transformation announced in 2019, with the Connections Cafe being announced to complete the building. Also, both the Space 220 restaurant and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure opened 4 years after they were announced. Finally, Harmonious also debuted at Epcot as part of the 50th anniversary celebrations. In 2022, we have 3 opening timeframes for new additions. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is set to open on March 1st, 2022, 5 years after it was announced. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is set to open in summer 2022, and Rodeo Roundup Barbecue is set to open at some point in 2022. Visible construction is still ongoing on the Tron Lightcycle, Moana's Journey of Water, and Dreamers Point. Meanwhile, the Play Pavilion and the Princess and the Frog reskin in Splash Mountain are still thought to be in development. Hopefully, at the 2022 D23 Expo, we will receive more information about these projects as well as some new announcements. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next on the Distory channel.